As I drive the highways and byways of this land, I find that my thoughts often drift back to one of my favorite destinations. 5 or 6 hours north of crowded Los Angeles, the meandering Pacific Coast Highway delivers travelers to one of the first stops of our Roadside America Odyssey, the Monterey Peninsula. No less an expert than my wife calls Monterey the single most beautiful place on earth. And I know not to disagree with my wife. On top of this, for a hopeless gearhead like myself, the third weekend in August in Monterey becomes a great playground full of sun, thunder, and wonder. This past year, I had the privilege of being a guest at the Viper Owners Invitational as we attended the events that encompass the Monterey Historic Automobile Races and the Concours d'Elegance at Pebble Beach. Now, the area around Monterey is a bit of a paradox for Viper owners or any exciting car of that type. The roads around the peninsula would seem to be, at first glance, pretty exciting. The famed 17-mile drive is a twisting serpent of a road that once hosted official road races in the 1950s. The irony is that due to its incredible popularity, traffic dictates a rather frustrating 25 miles per hour. Of course, this didn't dampen the spirits of the Viper clan as they gathered together to enjoy the weekend's festivities.
You can talk to a 5-year-old kid, you can talk to an 85-year-old man, and every single one of them and everything in between knows what a Viper is. Everybody's giving you the thumbs up sign. We now have perfected what we call the Viper salute, which is like this. It's like the Viper fangs coming up. So now, when we see people going down the road and they give us the thumbs up sign, we give them the Viper salute. And usually when you give the Viper salute, you kind of got to hiss. You got to go.
But it was the angry growls and snarls of another era that captured our imagination as we traveled to the Monterey Historic Automobile Races. Each year, the hands of time are turned backwards as hundreds of race cars and thousands of spectators gather to pay homage to the glories of the past. This year paid tribute to one of my favorites, the indomitable Lotus race teams, that in a few brief shining years changed the course of motor racing forever. Of course, this very special weekend here on the Monterey Peninsula just has to be capped off with a visit to the Concours d'Elegance here at Pebble Beach.
It's possible now, as a car enthusiast, to see all of the greatest cars really that ever were. Some of them have disappeared, some of them have been lost in accidents or fires, but you could come here and you could see the whole range of automotive history on display. If you were an automobile enthusiast, there was just no way you couldn't have a wonderful time here. And if you're just a person who drives a car every day, you come here and you get a sense of the history of that car that'll improve your relationship with it. It's just an extraordinary automotive experience.